All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome for another episode of Grown Woman Gaming. This is 2:35. We're glad you all are here rocking with us. And let me change this order because I am hosting today. And let's get into it. We'll start with intros. I'll start with you, ladies, since you're right up under me. Say what's up. Say what you're playing. Let's go.
Oh, you already know. It's already know. Lady Infamous 415. Thank you so much for coming through. Yo, we was busting balls and laughing our ass off for 5 minutes before the show started.
Longer than 5 minutes.
And because Delilah sent us something that we will not reveal to you unless y'all want to see it.
Stupid.
Up to you.
Unless y'all want to see it.
Drop it in Discord.
Drop it in the Discord. And
yeah, you got to put that in the not safe for work memes area.
Yeah, thank you.
Definitely not safe for work.
But it's a rainy day. It's cold. It's chilly. It's onesie season. So all this week, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I just been working, playing Call of Duty for an hour and a half and going to sleep all week.
I know. She didn't even to message me. I'm like, well, I guess she's playing Call of Duty, and that's what she was doing.
I needed that aggression to be out, man.
Yeah, I get it.
So, okay, well,
it's still mid.
Okay,
it's still mid. I'm telling you, it's
okay. Wait, question.
Yes.
When we say mid, do we mean it's a straight 5, or do we mean it's somewhere between 4 and 7?
5, because there's still bugs in the game. You for example, if I go jump into a party, I can't do my weapon loadouts or my kill streaks, score streaks, because it doesn't pop up on the UI. But the hosts, they can be able to adjust their weapons, their attachments, their score streaks and stuff. So every 30 minutes or so, somebody in the squad is like, can you back out so we can do our setups and see what the progression is for our skins?
Yeah, that sucks. That takes time.
Yeah. Some of the animation it's like, how can I say it? GoldenEye 007, those graphics with the faces, for a quick second, they'll it's like registering the face in, and that's what you look at first, and then it pops up with the face, I noticed that as well.
What is that called when that happens? Like the graphics when they pop in? Is it because the assets aren't rendering, or
the screen tearing?
It's not screen tearing. It's I've had it in God of War too. You'll come into an area and only one of the layers is present, and then the other layers will pop in.
Oh my gosh, I'm blinking. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, but that's what happened.
Okay.
So what else? I'm just doing platinums. If I'm progressing in anything, it's gonna be just platinum, whatever class, we're about to get platinum ARs today. I'm so happy. It's just a grind. So that's all I did was just, did that. And I ain't gonna lie, I played some Pokemon. I had room for Pokemon. As you see as with the gameplay here. Okay. There are performance issues with Pokemon. I didn't realize it. I was like, when I got to the first town after you leave the school, I knew it was. I was like, bruh. I was like, it was like the background graphics artwork was a little bit dated. It was not as easy to figure out where I needed to go. If I wanted to get some clothes, I was wasting 30 minutes finding a fucking clothes store because I didn't want to go to school with my uniform. Everybody had their clothes. I want some clothes too. And then when I find something, it's not versatile like I thought it would be, for this game, for Pokemon, the game that has a variety of Pokemon. But
this is the first one that's really like this, because it's they took that I can't remember the name of it. It's Icarus or 2 games back. They did one that was more open world type, more what you see in regular video games. So it's you're playing as the person, but you're not in the little old school Zelda type, right? You're not on a where you're scrolling through the world type. deal. So I think this one is just having problems because the Switch just can't handle all that.
So, but I'm having fun. Look, I'm gonna tell you, I got my first gym badge. Woo, 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 for somebody who ain't played in a while. And I'm gonna tell you, it was a sudden death. It was like they could have hit me. They could have went like this, and I would have died. And that was my last
Hell
Pokemon.
yeah, I was watching too. Me and Augie were both watching you because she's playing the same one, and she's like, "Yo," she was sitting there next to me like, "Mom,
she can't play." Mom, she can't play. And I will take that with me because I'm actually like, yo, what is Pokemon's weakness? And I'm looking it up on my phone, which is good because for a game like that, for me to find out what works with what Pokemon means that I'm enjoying it to some degree. So I like it. But I'm gonna tell you, some of these Pokemon be whooping my ass. And I thought just because they looked cute and I didn't, and plus because I assumed they wasn't gonna do nothing, and I was not aware of their weaknesses. They will be beating my ass, and that's how it was. But next time I play, we're gonna go back to school, get our weight up, because I think I couldn't even go to the next gym because I was getting my ass whooped on the way to the next gym. So I was like, well, lady, I think you're gonna have to go back to school, get your weight up, and go back on the trail because I couldn't get to the other gym.
From what I saw from your gameplay, I feel like one of the biggest things you need to do is to make sure that whatever you're fighting with, you know, the opposite, right? Like if it's
element.
Yeah, right. Like if it's a water type, you want to have a fire type, all that stuff. Like, because you could tell when you brought in that one when I told you to bring in the ground one or the earth one or whatever the hell it is, them hits was hitting.
Yeah. So, but I'm enjoying myself, and y'all see some gameplay. Hopefully, y'all don't see the part that I got my ass whooped, but that's all I've been playing this week.
We got some games coming too.
Callisto Protocol.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's already out. But anyway,
it's already out.
Yeah, it came out. What is it? Yesterday, Tuesday.
I think that's one of the top. Is that one of the top? Is that added in here?
I don't know.
I got it. I think I did. I think I added it.
Okay, cool. Well, that's all I've been playing. Yeah.
Yeah, and let's see. What about you, CHAREECE? What you been playing?
All right, it's your girl CHAREECE here. So back since we took a break off for Thanksgiving. For the folks who are not in our Discord, I purchased a PlayStation 5 over the last 2 weeks.
Welcome.
Right? She hasn't bought no game for it though. Like you talking about you don't have nothing to play, but then you also haven't bought a game for it.
Ooh.
So
but digital, like you just grab some on the
I know,
store,
right?
Like,
I've been playing Genshin Impact on it. And I do want to thank Genshin Impact because of the muscle memory from playing it so much with my Xbox controller on my PC. It has helped me learn the actual keys on the PlayStation controller. So hey, shout out to Genshin. I still low-key hate this console. It's sitting right here. Y'all can't see it, but I can see it. And like it is humongous.
It's big.
It's massive.
I don't like that at all. I don't like this white.
Well, you can get new plates on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to.
I just hate that I gotta buy all this extra shit.
That part.
Yeah.
Like, it's not cute. The control. I don't like the controller. The battery life is nothing.
Oh man, that's the worst part about it. It's a
I have this one right now.
How's the battery life on it? Because somebody told me that the color controllers have better battery.
They do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe.
But if I play for like hours though, I'm still gonna have to.
Like I play with mine plugged in because I'm
Oh,
not messing around. I'm not messing around.
I thought about that, but I was like, would that degrade the battery controller faster?
It does. Wow.
But you have to.
It's just
I think on my
3-4
third
hours,
playthrough.
that's it.
Yeah, that's literally what it was. Like 4 hours, and I was like, "Oh, your controller's about to die," and I was like, "Well, hell."
Man, especially when you have an elite and you've been playing with that, and that junk lasts you like 3 days. You're like,
I know. Like there would be long periods of time between me charging my Xbox Elite.
I can't even remember the last time I did charge my Elite.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'll be longer than weeks. I mean, it'll be
maybe once a month. Maybe.
Yeah. Which is insane for a controller.
So I do have some things I do like about it. I do like their backgrounds on everything. Like their UI is
Their
very
UI
nice.
is clean. I love it.
That's
It's supposed to be, I think Xbox is finally starting to go that way. I saw some of the alpha desktops, and it looks like it's going to be more like that.
I ain't mad at them. That is very clean. I do like some of the features that when you press a little, what's it called, PS button on the controller. They finally got their app where you could do captures when you automatically capture video or screenshot on your PC, PlayStation 5. It automatically downloads to the app, so you can put it where you need to be. But it only stay on there for like 14 days, so you got to do what you want to do with it very quickly. I do like that. So that was what I did over the Thanksgiving break.
How you feel about the haptics? The triggers.
Again, like Boogie says, I don't have a game that explores that yet.
Oh, okay.
So
because she only been playing Genshin, and I'm like, well, what about? I told her, what about God of War? She's like, well, I need to play the first one, and I got that on PC. I'm like,
I have a suggestion. She needs to get Ghost of Tsushima.
I have Ghost of Tsushima. I just haven't played it yet.
Not the PS5 version. You probably got the PS4.
I do not. I got a PS4 version. So
I think you need to upgrade for $10. I think.
Yeah,
I think it is
something like that.
Yeah,
get that upgrade.
They do got the upgrade fee.
So I can start that over the Christmas break or whatever. Because right now my new game just dropped Friday.
That Midnight Suns crap.
Midnight Suns.
Oh my god, that's
Midnight Suns.
I saw her playing it. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Oh.
She going around clicking everything. Like, what can I do? What can I do?
Oh my god. So I don't know how to explain this. Okay, first of all, action wise, this is a card battling game. So it is fully 3D. Like there's people on the screen, like you can move them here. There's no grid or anything of that nature. Like if you want to put your person like cataconic right there, you can.
So it's kind of like Gears Tactics, I think, where you had it's like no grid, but you can move your characters around.
Yes,
or it's like Wasteland.
But you use cards.
It's a no for me, dog. I don't know how you doing that.
Ooh. I don't know about no cards.
Yeah. So, that's the card part. Like they all standing there ready to fight, and then she got to cycle through the cards.
Yes, I have to.
And then pick a card, and then once you pick a card, then he's like, and you come at him. You be like, I'm like,
she's not wrong. She's not wrong. So that's
judgment, because Cheree's like, just answer this one question, because this is all what is. This is the only thing that matter.
Okay.
Is it fun?
So far, but I'm still learning. I am still in tutorials.
I don't like that answer.
Me either. You put a butt right afterwards. Yeah, so far, but
actually next weekend. But like, we still playing. We're still early. We're super early in the game.
Got it.
Combat wise, Boogie is spot on. You are literally card battling. You can use the environments. So I'm not gonna try to go into too much detail, but like you can pick up boxes and throw them at bad guys. You can slide over boxes and like kick them and do all that stuff. Yeah. So like basic moves. But then if you want like a special, your character type moves, you have to use your cards. And then it's turn based also. So once you have your turn, the bad guys have their turn. And so that's the action part. And then when you get back to your home base, that's where the RPG elements come into. So you can level. There's friendship, which I swear to God, maybe I've played too much RPGs, but I swear they're flirting with me, and I'm like, it's too early for this, because you can get them gifts. You can compliment them. You can hang out with them. They have a pool. And so
that part sounds like fluff.
That part, yes, like it's cute, but then I'm like, you're taking away from the seriousness of the world by the end,
right?
Or we go have a hangout here and sip martinis and talk to the devil dog. Like it's cute as I don't know what. So it's like you gotta find that balance, because you wake up in the morning, you go do all these activities with your group, and then you go murder some folks, and then you come back to your abbey, and then you murder some more folks.
Was that game expensive?
Of course, I got a special edition.
No.
No, you didn't.
Look here. They told me that I could play with Storm, and then I could hang out with Storm, and I was like, I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pocket watch you.
See, this is why Boogie don't send me links anymore. But the one thing I do not like about the game, and some of the reviews mention this, but they really don't touch on it a lot, is that the writing is super cheesy. Like we're talking 80s, not maybe late 80s type B movie cheesy here, because they do a lot of name dropping of certain groups. Like if you don't know your Marvel or comic book history, you might not have any idea who these people are. Um, which is sort of good, but then sort of bad, especially if you're new coming into this. If you're new, don't play this game. If you don't know anything about Marvel, you don't play this game. Um, and like I was afraid of in the first time when this game was first announced. Not everybody needs to be in this game. Like we have Captain Marvel, she don't need to be here. We have Iron Man, he don't.
She looked horrible, by the way.
Oh really? Wow.
I changed her outfit super quick.
Yeah, I was like, what they got going on here?
I changed her outfit super quick. That's one thing I do like. So you can you can unlock different costumes. You can have them change their outfits by themselves, so they can pick a different outfit every day to put on. You can upgrade your room, upgrade the Abbey. Like it's a lot of customization, a lot of RPG elements in this game. But I don't see how people who reviewed this game actually was able to do everything that this game entitles, because there is a lot to it. I've probably only done 2, maybe 3 story missions, and I've already played like maybe 6 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
yeah.
I wonder. Well, I'll look it up later. I was going to try to figure out like how long that game is, but I don't even know what I'm asking. To be honest, Spoon right along. All right, Boogie.
Yeah.
Your turn. What you got? What you been playing? Wait, first of all, CHAREECE, anything else outside of that? That's pretty much.
Persona 5.
Okay.
I did do some more in that. I did pass my finals.
Hey. Okay.
And no, excuse me, in Persona 5, not in real life.
Oh,
We ain't got
got
that
it.
yet.
Wow.
Got it.
That's next week's. But of course, Vampire Survivors, y'all. You need a quick game on a break at
Everybody's
lunch.
playing
Pull up
that game.
pull it up on your phone or xCloud, and you're in there. 30 seconds.
I
You
don't
can
know.
do like
I'm looking at. I see
that.
that.
I heard that game is addicting. So
it
which one?
is. Oh my god, Vampire Survivors. I highly recommend it for a quick little 15-minute break. It's free. It's Game Pass.
Bitch,
Like
you be like.
it's Game Pass.
We're gonna
xCloud,
stream.
you're
We
in
might
there.
stream that very soon. We gonna stream that very soon.
I don't know if you try it by yourself first, because you might get frustrated.
You might.
Yeah, you might
Well,
want to test.
based on the gameplay, it reminds me of Dead Ops Arcade from Call of Duty. It's like a top down,
Yes.
and zombies coming towards you, and
Yes.
things. They got items you can pick up off the ground, and it helps you, and you got to survive rounds as well.
Yes.
So it looks like that. If that's the case, then
You
easy
like
money.
you don't even. But see what it is. You don't activate your weapons yourself. You just have to control your person. That's all you do. That's one of the reasons it makes it so good to do on your phone real quick, because you just have to move your person left and right, up and down,
right?
Mhm.
and your weapons automatically come out. So that means you have the time where you need to be at to get where you need. That way you won't get like surrounded or crowded and then like die.
Mhm.
And I still have not made it past 15 minutes. I cannot get past 15 minutes.
Wow.
And a round only lasts 30 minutes.
Oh,
Dang, so
I'm
you
not
haven't even passed. Yeah,
Nope.
We're gonna get into that. Cool.
But yeah, so that's basically all I've been
That's
playing.
it. Okay. All right. What about you, Boogie? What's been going on?
Pretty much just God of War, trying to finish up because I know more games are coming. Like I think this week we're getting, is it High on Life this week
High
or
on
next
Life.
week?
I think that's
Yeah.
next week. I think that's next week. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it might be next week. I think it's like in the teens, right?
Yeah, we got
So,
Callisto Protocol this week.
Week after next. Yeah, Callisto Protocol. I mean, I ain't worried about the game because y'all ain't said shit. So, but yeah, I did look at the reviews. That's cool or whatever. But as far as like what I've been playing, it's mainly just trying to finish God of War. I'm on the last 2 chapters. But then I decided to try to like go back and do some of the side missions because I was like, okay, maybe that'll help, my life bar and everything, make sure I'm ready for the end. And I ended up unlocking a whole ass new map. I'm like, God damn. I thought I had so much, so much to do, and all of a sudden it was just like, all this extra shit. So I don't know, I do want to finish there because that area seems to be giving you a lot of materials, a lot of things to be able to upgrade yourself. So I'm trying to finish that. I am at the point of the game where I feel like it's a lot of the same, you're like ready to get done with the game, get done with the story, because the fighting mechanics are just,
repetitive.
it is what it is, right? It's starting to get repetitive.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean,
I have a question. Is it more like is it more of a DLC?
No, I wouldn't say DLC because the game is huge. Like,
Okay.
there's 16 chapters, and the story is a continuation. So it's a second one, right? But I don't think that it's not next gen to me, or the current gen is definitely a last generation game. And honestly, you know, a lot of the my gripe with the game is like the story is fantastic, but the visuals, I feel like they spent more money on the landscape or more time on the landscape, making sure the landscapes look good, the world looks good, and the characters don't look as good.
Oh wow.
So like their armor looks great, right? But you remember like how Assassin's Creed used to be? Like it would look great, but then like the hair would be moving like this and shit, you know, or like it looked like a bad wig and shit. So those are the things, you know. And it's, you know, it's a great game, but you know, if you're picking on it, those are my gripes.
Did you ever that you had an audio issue? Did that ever fix with the patch?
I just try to not look at their mouths now because like there was a big issue where they would be talking and the sounds don't match. And then speaking of the controller, like they'll have some audio coming through the controller, but it would never be synced up. Right. So it'd always be like a little delay there. Wow. I mean, it's cool. It's just not there yet, right?
Well, maybe that's something they can fix in a patch or something like that. But I get
yeah, but you know,
every time.
I think even with like, so like I played Gotham Knights, and it has some issues, but it didn't have as many issues that they try to act like, right? Especially on PC. With God of War, I feel like they act like it was perfect, and it's not. So I think that you tend to pick more on games that they act like, you know, 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. And then you're like, oh, well, there's all these little things. But if a game has already been told, okay, it has issues, then you kind of like are like going into it knowing it's going to have some issues. And you tend to give it a little bit more, you know, like, you know, I'm going to see these things. So that's where I'm at with that. But I'm hoping to finish that this weekend and then move on to something else next week.
Cool. Awesome. So for me, as far as like what I've been playing, I've been playing a lot of things on the cloud. For Black Friday, I got one of the Samsung TVs, 2022 models that have the, you know, Xbox app built in, and so I want to kind of like take it through its paces and see if, you know, like the latency, check all of that, and I enjoyed it. I would play this one game which was super weird called Narco, which is a point and click adventure games, and I hadn't played those in forever, and I figured, you know, I'll try it out. But that game is super weird. It's a like I said, point and click adventure, pixelated types the graphic style, and it's take place in Louisiana, and something kind of strange happened to your mom, and it's just like you kind of gotta go through and figure out what happened, and like you build out you get characters to take you to go to join you on your adventure. You try to solve the mystery, right? And that was pretty cool. Also played Halo Infinite on there. Grounded, of course.
I have a question about Halo Infinite. Did you play any of the games from the Forge yet? Because I heard they're doing some really creative shit there.
They got some crazy stuff in Forge. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous. I hadn't got a chance to really. I checked out Forge when it first launched, and then a few weeks after that. But I haven't when I was playing on the cloud. I only just dibbled and dabbled in like campaign and stuff on there for through the TV. I didn't jump back into Forge, but I know Forge has been doing a lot there, like hundreds and hundreds of submissions for like levels and stuff like that. Been recreating Call of Duty maps, recreating Halo maps. It's crazy. I
saw that Rust map. I was like, oh, yeah, that.
Yeah, they recreating all kind of stuff in there, and I think it's just awesome that, you know, 343 has kind of put out this tool that has, you know, the capability of solving, you know, the biggest gripe with Halo Infinite, which was like the content. So people are able to go in there and create content and kind of fill out that. So it's kind of cool. But that was it. I didn't really, after that, I mean, other than like playing around on xCloud and, you know, messing with the TV app, like I didn't dig too deep this week, coming back from the holiday. But that's it. But we can go ahead and just roll over into topics if y'all want. This week, I'm gonna be honest, was, as y'all know, we talked about it before the show started. Was kind of a bit of a light week for news. They had some things, I know two things that I'll probably mention a little bit later was the Todd Howard interview with Lex Friedman about Starfield and some things, and also they showed some screens and some video from the Witcher open world update, which I think Boogie just shared with us. But outside of that, it's been kind of light. But the first topic I got that I wanted to mention was about the DC titles that basically said that DC based games will now be connected with the universe, the movie universe. I wanted to get your opinions on that. I know y'all playing, y'all know y'all love your superhero game. Why are you making that face, CHAREECE? I want to get
why you gotta be like that though?
It's like,
because I think CHAREECE is the most superhero person as far as the game.
This is why I picked this topic, because I want to get a feel of what you all think about them trying to connect the gaming worlds with the movie DC universe. I guess they're probably trying to do this in order to kind of carve out their own niche, because they should copy Marvel, but I guess they don't want to copy Marvel. So I'm thinking that this is maybe their way around that. It's like, okay, we're gonna make sure that even our games include bits and pieces of our movies, and we know from the 360 era and movie tie-ins with games typically they're not as great as having an original story. I just put it out. I just say that for me, at least that's my opinion. It's that's the only thing I worry a little bit about. It's movie tie-in. Now you're gonna have the characters from the movie being in the game and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know. I'm skeptical, and then of course we, as more details get released, that'll, kind of maybe ease my fear at least about them doing this. But what do you all think about this?
Is this the same James Gunn that had that director from Guardians of the Galaxy with the controversy? Yes. Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to know that was
okay.
Right.
I'm gonna go first.
CHAREECE. Yeah.
Okay. Because I got a list in my head. I don't mean it's gonna come out right, but I got a list. First of all, Mr. Gunn, I'm gonna need you to get DC House in order before you start connecting your games to your movies. Let's get your movies straight first. That connected universe is not connected at all. I wish y'all could see some of me and Boogie's DMs when we be talking about the DCU games, because we be so confused. They're movies, because we was like, nothing is consistent.
Right.
There is
what was the last one that just came out?
You mean
Dwayne.
the 15 Jokers and then the 3 different Deadpools?
Dwayne, Black Adam.
Black
Adam. And you saw it, right, CHAREECE?
Yes, I saw it.
Yeah, I saw it as well.
And how'd you feel?
The Hawkman and Dr. Fate were the best part of that movie.
And it was a great movie, but then you're like, how does this fit?
Wait, yeah, no spoilers.
None whatsoever.
Right? No spoilers.
And he fits with
we're just
Shazam.
saying, how does it fit?
It doesn't. It literally doesn't. It's like sitting over here, none of their movies are connected whatsoever, but they have the same.
But they make references they're supposed to be connected,
yes.
And you're just but there's a lot of plot holes, there's a lot of, yeah.
Wow. At this point, we're going in when we watch a DC movie and we're just on a wing and a prayer. But yet you want to connect your video games to it. That means you're limiting these video games to what established media is, when you yourself don't even know what these characters are capable of. Right. Why would you pigeonhole yourself to that? Well, at least in video games, you can expand and actually bring in the true people who are I don't know. It's just weird because they have rewritten these characters so differently than what the comic books and even older video games have them as, that if you try to keep them the same way they are in the video games, it's not going to be as epic as it could have been, if that makes sense. But again, you got to get I swear, you know what, DC, just copy your animated movies word for word.
And that's why I'm thinking, that's where I think they're headed here, CHAREECE. I think
the
only way this works is if they use more of the stories that are in the animated series for the movies.
That's the only way.
Right. So like this could be good because the people who do their animated series the best, all the other series besides the movies the best is DC. DC has the best TV shows, the best other adaptations. Mm-hmm. So if they start to take those stories and show them in the movies, then I think that's how this will work.
Because
but I still
though, because like sometimes TV adaptations and movie adaptations are very different.
Well, maybe you just hire those writers. And clarify, when we mean DC, we're not talking to CW. We're not talking to
Got
DC.
it. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that.
If you want to see a good one, and especially animated feature, go watch Justice League War, or which one, Doom. These are older ones from like back in the, well, not back in the days. They're probably about 10 years old, if not long. They just had one with Green Lantern, where they finally brought in Jon Stewart as the Green Lantern.
Oh, cool.
Again, not the best, but it's still better than like some of the stuff they've thought about doing. Their whole mess with Warner Brothers right now is like killing my dream as it is.
It's pissing me off because then,
it's not looking good for their animated division in the first place. So the fact that they came out here and said this, I'm kind of shocked that they were even allowed to, because it goes day to day with them. Because Warner Brothers at one point is what, didn't you say they're trying to like sell off their animated division anyway?
Ooh.
Right.
So if you're HBO, you might finna lose some spots there.
Yeah, like they were showing it, like some stuff is going to be shown on like Amazon TV now, and I'm like, okay, so what happened? Like, because y'all, within a maybe 6-year span, they had their own DC app.
Mm-hmm. Cut that.
And now they're all on HBO, and it sounds like they're about to cut that, and they're gonna have stuff on Amazon. Like, what y'all doing, y'all?
Yeah, so I'm gonna need them to get their house in order.
DC is being passed around.
They for the streets.
Yeah, for the streets. Yo, everybody trying to get a little piece.
It ain't looking good for them.
Mm-mm.
It's for the community, huh?
Yeah, they is for the community. And honestly, I want them to do well because again, I love Batman. They've treated the Superman dude so bad, and he finally showed up in his last movie. I hope he got a big bag for that because they're gonna
and they talking about they're gonna make another movie with him. But then, like, y'all talking about you're gonna bring Bennifer back as Batman, but then you started a new Batman story.
Batman Bennifer.
But you knew what we were talking about.
Right, you knew exactly who I was talking about. They, which I hate him as Batman. Anyways.
You know what? He would be the perfect Batman if this was a Batman Beyond. If he was
if he was old and he wasn't like in action scenes, then I'd be totally with it.
He's a excellent Bruce Wayne.
Right.
He's a good Bruce Wayne. But
if he was just Bruce Wayne and wasn't trying to fight nobody, I'd be cool with it. But like seeing him fight, like I feel for his ass. You like, damn, this must have been a hard day on set for you.
Yeah, and then the new dude, Robert Pattinson, he
did well.
Yeah, he did well.
Yeah, he did.
That Batman movie was so good. The
was.
way that they integrated in the Batman theme constantly in the story as a build-up.
Yeah.
Love it.
I might want to watch it twice.
I just hope
I know. I'm like, I might watch that today.
I just hope they do more to flesh out, because we know, like, eventually the confidence build up. This is like him early Batman. I want to see the the gravitas, basically, like the Playboy, you know what I mean, what we used to as far as Batman. I want to see how he does in that role, because every time
I don't think he would ever be Playboy Batman. He's more gritty, detective. He's like the solemn guy.
But that's just. But I like that's just. I feel like that should be a range, like a challenge for his range. Like I want to see him.
He ain't got it.
I don't. Not if they want to continue that series. That Batman, they're not. No, he doesn't have it. It's not gonna be him.
I'm saying, y'all think so? Y'all don't even think he can pull it off?
No, not in that universe that they've set up for that movie.
Right, because it's such a
gritty kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a just because we know, like, if you go to a comic book store, there's a ton of different like Batman stories, right?
Yeah.
And Robert Pattinson's Batman is separate from, you know, Playboy
All that
Batman.
The thing,
Yeah.
what I liked about the Batman though was just the way they told that story. I thought it was dope. It felt like a detective's movie. It wasn't so much him being Batman and making gadgets and going to go fight people. It was like he was trying to solve the mystery. It was dope.
It was, for me, it was like you knew the movie was about Batman, but it wasn't like comic book related. It wasn't a lot of, pops of color. It wasn't, delightful conversations and stuff like that. It was gritty. It was dark. Gotham, I never seen Gotham.
Gotham scared me, basically.
Yeah.
I don't want to go.
Yeah, right? The whole city is hood. Right?
I'm thinking like, I want to spend $300 to live here. I was watching that movie really like, it ain't worth it, bro. I'm gonna spend more money because it was that gritty, and that's what I appreciated.
Yeah.
Just to bring it back though, like they have those stories, and then we have like even the Joker. Like they already said they're gonna do another Joker, and they about to
Which is a musical. It's a musical.
It's so weird, right? Because they're gonna have like Lady Gaga being Harley Quinn and Joaquin Phoenix as Joker. And
this for real?
Yes.
Right. I'm like, where y'all going with this? Like,
it's a musical.
What's happening?
It's a musical. I was like, I'll keep on hoping them to come out with an article and say, yeah, we was playing, but that article ain't dropped yet. So like,
yeah, I know. I sent it to CHAREECE and I was like, what are they doing? What world do we live in right now?
Oh my god. So I'm just, I don't know. I'm confused. I want DC to do well, but they need to get their house in order first before they start bringing in video games.
Agreed.
Sorry.
All right.
I'm still gonna buy the game now.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Just don't get the collector's edition. Just get the standard.
Money, but
they go get them coins. But I'm gonna sit here the whole time like this some bullshit.
Yeah, like the one that's on the article, Suicide Squad. I can't wait for that game.
Me too.
Especially after playing Arkham Knights, I'm like, shit, let's go.
I know, right? You know what? Speaking of Arkham Knights, that's another Gotham that I do not want to live in.
Yeah, it was bad. It was like, what's the name's Batman? It was not good.
Can I point something out, Joe? Michael says Jack Nicholson, I guess, is the great Joker, the greatest Joker ever.
Ooh, I don't know.
I'm sorry. It's Keith Ledger. I'm sorry.
I don't know. It ain't no Heath Ledger.
Nah.
No.
Sorry.
I think I agree. It's Jack Nicholson then Heath Ledger.
Nah.
I think reverse. I like
reverse that shit. Keith first, Jack Nicholson.
There wouldn't even be a Heath Ledger if there wasn't a Jack Nicholson.
Of course not. What I'm saying is, I wasn't even scared of Jack Nicholson's Joker. But
that wasn't even like the vibe.
Yeah, I get it, and like classic and legacy. I get all that. I understand that, the precursor to Heath Ledger's Joker. I get it, but I the way Heath Ledger played Joker is what I, in my mind, imagine a Joker to be like in modern time. So yeah, it was just his performance.
I feel like that's like ever changing though, right?
They keep changing it. Like, what's up with DC in that? Why they keep changing Joker?
That's what we talking about.
Right.
There's no continuation.
Yeah. It's like they went to the store and picked out this series of Batman and like, all right, we're gonna go with this one this time.
Cause I thought, what's the guy who had the grill and with the tattoos?
Yeah,
I even like that Joker.
I did too.
I
liked his Joker.
Leto.
Jared Leto.
I don't like him,
Joker.
but I do
because
like
I felt like his Joker was, like you said, it was our time. Like for what you would think Joker would be for our time, he would be like a hood. He'd be a hood motherfucker, like
hood, guns, all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
Right.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job as Joker, but people just Twitter.
Well, I don't think they gave him enough time.
They didn't either. And see, that's what makes this all confusing because you're still using characters from that era,
right?
But yet they're not considered all one unit. Like, it confuses me. Like,
yeah, like I'm like totally like who we about to see? Like in the next movie, who we about to see?
Yeah. All right, cool.
I see y'all. They on the chat. They defended the Joker right here. I love it. I love it.
The bait is on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving right along. So to some gaming news, other gaming news. I know we talked about this. I would like to say we talked about this a little bit a couple weeks ago before we went on break about Square Enix and how, you know, they've been they sold their company to Embracer Group, and so recently they're now talking about shutting down their mobile apps. They want to put out a date that says, okay, in January, I think it's January 2023, they're gonna be closing down like your Hitman Go and so the Tomb Raider mobile games. And so what I want to ask you all about that is, have y'all played any of those games at all? Like the you know, like the Hitman Go's, Tomb Raiders, any of those Square Enix games that was created by the Montreal group that was recently renamed, and then now they've been kind of transformed into something else. So I've been reading, but so I mean, how do you all feel about that?
I would say that for me, I didn't even know they had games. So
that might be why they selling it.
Hitman Go.
So yeah,
yeah.
I can't even remember like any marketing, any interviews, any promotion.
These games are pretty old now though, but it's the fact that like they've. And that's, I feel like another reason why I want to bring this topic up is because it's like the danger of digital content. It's like they can easily just take it off the server, and then like now you no longer have access to it.
Because that's the same thing that we were talking about with DC. Like they're essentially just, once they buy them, the way business works is it becomes brand new IP since it's brand new to them. So they can just write it off and close them all off and take them all off.
Right.
We'll never see them again.
Right. Wow. I mean, because like I look at this and I'm like, man, what about people who spent like microtransactions and who poured time into these titles? They basically lose in value.
And it's funny because this is exactly what I tell my kid, because she's like, oh, she wants to spend all this money in Roblox, all this money in all these like games, and I'm just like, we might as well just go burn money. Let's just go in the backyard and burn money, because
so are you gonna be playing this in 5 years?
Yeah, like that is not tangible, right? Yeah. Like it's not like anything. It's not guaranteed to be here, right? In the next 2, 5, 10 years, it'll be gone.
Right. I mean, we've seen it time and time again where, a game come out and then the online, like, is no longer popping and they shut down the servers. And then you can't, I can't think of anything right off the top of my head, but, and then you can no longer access the game. I think that's why I think you have the game archives. I think that's why that's important, being able to just jump back into some of that. But yeah, like I even looked at this list and I was like, man, I heard of these games. They're old now, but I mean, now I don't even have the option, right? Like, if I even want to just look at this article, read it, and jump in, I can't, because it's like, okay, what's the point? Why would I, sacrifice time, which is the most valuable thing, into this, and it's not gonna be, around. So, yeah. So,
I have a question.
Sure.
About the Square Enix. So are they just like, at this point, they're just selling like all of their US stuff, right?
Well, they are. So the Square Enix has already sold their groups to Embracer Group. So like,
right now they just have like their main stuff that do like Final Fantasy, right?
Right. That's the only thing Square Enix kept was like for that Final Fantasy, their all of the Japanese RPG based assets. Everything else that was like Deus Ex, like I said, Tomb Raider, anything that was US based or Europe based, Western styled, they sold to Embracer Group. But Embracer Group turned around and at first they had a mobile studio, and that mobile studio was going to be handling like the Go games I just told y'all about. But they're now shifting that as well. And so now they're focusing on some other set of titles. They partnered with, of course, Crystal Dynamics is working on Perfect Dark. There was some things about Fable, them helping out on Fable, so it's some interesting things going on when it comes to like Embracer Group, and then that whole thing with Square Enix, selling those assets to Embracer Group, only for them to be like, we're gonna change this dynamic with mobile. It's like, man, because it wasn't even a few years ago they were talking about how mobile was the future, right? Like and even you got now where Nintendo is like doubling down on mobile, so is other publishers doubling down on mobile. But then you see stories like this and they're shutting down mobile studios, so it's like, which is it?
The thing with mobile is that you have to believe it or not, I do play mobile games, y'all. I'm not telling y'all all that I play, but I do play a lot.
Yeah.
You have to have events. Well, not events per se, but you have to have fresh material to keep people engaged.
Right.
And if you are not doing that, you're gonna lose your player base. There's
Yeah.
only so many times where you can try to collect the same thing over and over. Um,
I agree
so
with you.
if these games are, because again, I had totally forgot about these games until you said something.
Mm-hmm.
So that means they have not been doing collaborations, or they haven't put out anything new recently, that way to engage people, to bring new players in and
Yeah.
get the old players to come back and play. So if they're not doing that, they need to then, I don't know what to say, they messing up themselves.
Right.
Trust me, it's money out there.
One of the things I think about every time I hear mobile, I think about like was it Fallout Shelter, and I think of Gears Pop and stuff like that, and it's like it's like, you know, it's just come and go, you know what I mean? It's like it's here one minute and it's gone the next. But you're right, you have to keep a level of engagement to keep people entertained, otherwise they're gonna move on. And the market is so saturated. It's so saturated. I mean, are people still playing that, what was it, Marvel Snap game?
Yep.
And
I mean, CHAREECE is.
but that's what I'm saying, like people, like it was a whole lot of buzz about it last week.
Yeah,
And then now
it
it's
made
kinda like-
$2 million in 2 weeks. To limit myself, I did buy the battle pass, but I only buy the battle pass after I reach a certain level, and that level is 50. And I just reached it like yesterday, which, so again, it took like 3 weeks to do that. They just have a major update, so they're still supporting the game. People are still playing it.
It's
but
new. They better still be supporting that shit.
yeah, they had the last battle pass is all Black Panther theme styled. I don't know what's coming next. They're dropping new cards, so like it's still there. Now let's revisit this in 6 months. Hey,
that's what I'm saying. Like, because it's always like the next new hotness, right? Like,
yeah,
it's because that's just how fast things move in mobile. Like, you can't.
You know what we should check on? Diablo Immortal.
Right, that's a big.
That came out late summer, but but they had some bad press also. But then I haven't heard anybody else say anything else about it. So
yeah,
that's
I
what
thought
we
they
should
fixed
be
a lot
checking
of that whole thing. I thought they fixed a lot of the issues people were having with like the transaction stuff. I could be wrong. I don't know. But you're right. It's been silent. Like I mean, it's always like the next new thing. And then next thing you know, you will see an article that says, "Oh, they grossed this much," you know, or they made this much. And so, you know, it's a revolving door. So you know. All right, I'm pretty sure y'all heard about this next one, which is about Ubisoft, because you know Ubisoft had their own store. Well, they've recently decided to begin releasing their titles on Steam again, starting with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. What do y'all think is going on there? Because it's like they've put all this investment in their store, but now they're going back to Steam because they was on Steam before. So how do you all feel about that?
I think that's a good thing. I think they should, people who got them powerful ass 3060s and 4080s can use their graphic cards to the best of their ability for a big massive game like that. I would like to see how it plays out. I personally did not play it. Ain't it on Game Pass? No.
What? That's like President Valhalla. I think
Yeah,
it was.
Valhalla. I don't think so.
It was.
Odyssey
is on. Okay.
Odyssey. Okay, my bad. I haven't touched it. I don't know. After Black Flag, something changed. You know what I'm saying? Something changed, and
I feel like we've been chasing it too, right?
Yeah.
Like ever since.
And that's why one of the reasons why the next Assassin's Creed is going back to like the old way from Black Flag and before, because they went too open world with it.
Right.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to Skull and Bones too, yo. Like that shit was supposed to come out like
they
this
delayed it, right?
Yeah, they delayed it again. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So
it came out of nowhere. Like first, it was like completely silent about Skull and Bones, and so next thing you know, they always coming out, and then they pull back. It's like, wow,
man, something
I
happened.
had to find a game breaking bug or something.
Yeah.
I agree, because
yeah,
it was coming and it wasn't. So
right.
So I'm just like, oh well, you can't put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to video game releases these days, because something can happen. It always can get delayed, or in this particular that particular game's case was like a game breaking bug and they had to completely stop production.
Had to be.
I would like for people to like have an understanding of that, because in the beginning I did not. You know what I mean? I was like, I want my game right now. And then when games don't come out as I want them, I didn't know why. And I understand the business more and the behind the scenes. And, you know, people be like crying over everything.
Yeah,
everything.
I feel like, sorry.
Go ahead, Delilah.
No, I'm just gonna say game development is difficult. It's not easy. It's not like something that you can just kind of do with your eyes closed. It takes a lot of effort.
You sure? Because when you look at Twitter, it seems
Yeah,
like a lot of people need a second job.
Right. Because Twitter will definitely make you think that it's easy. It's not. I mean, it takes hundreds of people usually, and also multiple studios usually for AAA and AA games. Right.
Yeah, I mean, look at like when we look at the Avengers movies and like all the DC movies, like when you look at the credits,
oh man,
pay attention to how many studios like are working on it. I mean, it's like when you look at lighting is like 5 minutes. 5 minutes of studios.
Can you just imagine, like, you go see this movie and you look for your name at the credit, like,
yeah,
which one is me?
Yeah, slow this down.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but I'll find it though, because I was like, my name is right there.
Yeah, I mean, like even with this, it just seemed like it's just finally coming to Steam after they put it in other places, were able to get the most money out of it, right? Because Valve takes, I think, 30%. It said,
yeah,
and like the Epic Store only takes like 12%. So I can see what they're doing. They're like, we're gonna put it at home. We're gonna put it, you know, on the Epic Store.
Everywhere. Try to squeeze as much as they can out of it.
Right, and then now that they've gotten where they feel like the game is, you know, teetering. Okay, now we'll put it on Valve, and then we'll pay them their 30%.
You know, it remind me of like Sony does that. Like
Sony, yeah, right.
I mean, now we're gonna put it on PC. It's been 2 years. Like, we got all the money out. Now we're gonna put it on PC.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I just need Ubisoft to go ahead and say that they on Game Pass and call it a day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they slowly, like how they say it, like, oh, this game coming to Game Pass. This game is on, but they don't really announce it. They just slide it in at the tail end of the press release or something. But like, it's there.
I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on. I think when it comes to games and Game Passes, in this Valhalla, for example, I think that they're trying to make as much money outside of the Xbox, ecosystem.
Yeah.
Before it goes to Game Pass, that's what I think. Maybe next year, Valhalla might be on Game Pass.
Yeah, Valhalla been out for a while, so I mean,
yeah.
It seemed like it'd be okay for them to put it on Game Pass now.
Speaking of Assassin's Creed,
I'm glad they're taking a break because normally they would
had a game this year.
That's right.
But we were supposed to get an announcement, if I remember correctly, about this 15th year anniversary, and they were supposed to do something special on around the 1st.
No, they ain't doing nothing. They like,
this announcement was supposed to come last month, I think.
Right? If
they
did, it was quiet.
Yeah.
We do have the Video Game Awards next week.
Yeah, we got. That's a topic. I'm hit
okay.
That. I'm hit that.
Okay, because I was waiting for them to announce the remastered of one, and then drop something for the new one that's coming next year. Like, they slip it.
Because they had all these code names. They said Jade, and then the red, and then they had all these colors, and I'm like, okay, it's like 6 games, but you know, win. You know what I mean? So. Hopefully, but you're right. But Video Game Awards, the Game Awards is next week, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I did want to touch a little bit on the game that dropped this week, which was Callisto Protocol. It kind of came out to like lukewarm reviews. I mean, I don't know if you all saw that. It's kind of teetering around like 6.5, 7. And I think a lot of it's mostly because of technical issues that people have been experiencing with the game, mostly on Xbox and PC. Not so much on PlayStation. They say PlayStation 5, plays the game the best. And then you have issues with, like I said, PC, which is, usually not the case. And
right.
Xbox is usually not the case. And then you have PC. But then you find out later that, Sony actually helped with production of the game. So that's a little interesting kind of thing.
Oh, so they didn't want to say that though?
No, they did on the Digital Foundry. What's the name?
Yeah.
And like, what kills me is like I said before, right? Like this game, it seemed like people felt more free to nitpick, to like talk about the issues, but like God of War was like, it's perfect, right? Like, I don't know. I feel like we're gonna get into.
They pick and choose.
I feel like we're gonna get into Callisto Protocol, and it's not gonna be as bad. right? Like it's probably still
Graphically,
gonna
it
look.
looks incredible. Like,
Yeah, it looks really good.
I'm like, it's like watching a movie. Like, I would just watch it just to watch it. But I don't like scary games, so no.
Right, because a lot of it is in the dark. I noticed. I was like, ooh, this dark.
Turn that brightness all the way up.
Right,
But
all the
see,
way up.
As someone who appreciates good art and graphics in games, like it's like I kind of want to see.
Yes, at
You
the
know
same.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's how I feel too. Because like they show the photo of the actor, like a real photo of the actor, and the photo from the game, and you're just like,
He look like
they
him.
look identical.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
it looks really good. You can see like the beads of sweat in his eye. You can
Yeah.
see, like for me, it's always the dead eyes, right? When you look at games and it's the
Yeah.
eyes, and when you
I like going that way and shit. Yeah.
yeah. So when you look at Callisto Protocol, it's like they look like they nailed that part.
God of War.
Oh.
Ooh,
I'm telling you.
dang, it's like
I'm
that.
telling you,
It's like
it's the game. Like I said, the story is definitely what makes it 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Other than that, you got little man's eyes
That
doing
game
like
is-
that and shit.
That game is a
Yeah.
game's a 10, but
That game's a
Chrono's
10
eyes
out
are
of
crooked.
Right. Yeah.
So that's not really a 10 out of 10 game.
It's really not. Like I keep saying, like the story is great. The banter between the characters, that's great. The way they're telling the story, that's great. The actual game itself, the character development, like as far as, visually,
Yeah, so basically what you're saying is the production is great, but the polish and the graphical polish is not like where it could
right.
be.
But if you would have heard the Digital Foundry review of it,
It
they
sounded
don't act
perfect.
like, like
So
it's very
the
like
pick
we
and
gotta
choose.
talk. Right. It's like what do they call it? The dress up a pig type of thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We gotta talk about it like
It's
real.
but you know, it's the darling. It's the
Yes.
media darling. You know,
It's the media darling, right? So, you
so-
don't get that. So then we're
Right.
getting like now they have a game like Callisto Protocol, which visually looks great, but it's like we don't have those constraints. So now we get to pick on everything.
Yeah, because they nail the visuals. So what about now they can just talk, like you said, they can dig deep on the story and dig deep on
Right.
all these other little
Like,
things.
oh well, the lighting right here in this part isn't as good. Like, okay, like, but why y'all didn't say shit about this other game? You
like,
know,
what
so
about
it's
that
like,
wig old dude was wearing?
Right. I feel like the gloves is just off, right, on this
Yeah.
game. So then they're able to, you know,
Well, I was also reading about like how the other biggest issue with Callisto Protocol is like how linear it is. Because a lot of people have been playing these open worlds, right? And you can pick and choose and do what you want. Well, this game is more like a set path and trying to tell a story.
But I thought that's what we were tired of. Open
Look,
world.
that's what
We
I
wanted
want.
more-
Like that's what I want. Like I
linear games.
want more linear games. Like that's what I want. I get in open world games and I play them and I get lost in them and it's great. But at the same time, like I can go away, come back, and I don't even know what's happening anymore. Like I completely disconnect from it, and my backlog is insane. So it's like, okay, well I'm not gonna put 200 hours into this game for what? Like I got other things I can play, other things I can do. So give me a story. It's to me, it's like watching a great movie. So.
one of the things that I thought was interesting about this game that they talked about on Digital Foundry was the way that they don't use a lot of visual cues to guide you in the game. They really want you to explore the area, and I'm like, I'm gonna need a
Not
light
that
or
kind of
some
game.
shit showing me exactly where I need to go. I ain't trying to be looking through all the crevices of which way to go. Like I don't
And
like
not in that
that.
gross looking world.
Hell yeah, like this ain't the place. I need them little lights on the ground showing me
You
where
know
to go.
what? Speaking
I
of
mean-
that, when did we pick white as the way that we're supposed to go in directions? Like you
White
always
and
see, like,
yellow.
you see the
It's white
white
and yellow.
curtain, or it's a splash of white paint, or it's
Mhm.
a white light. But like, and it's the same thing in multiple games.
Yeah, it's like
'Cause
either that like
'cause it
light
stands out
yellow
against color
or
and backgrounds. That's the primary
Right.
reason it stands out on color. That's
Yeah.
literally the only reason, because it just stands out. Or you have like a little sonar type thing that can tell you, like you send that out and it'll
Right.
tell you where to go.
or a little vibration in the controller, or something
Right.
telling you you're going the right way.
Yeah.
That's
So
why I'm sorry. That's why I enjoy Dead Space, because they have the line, and the line will directly tell you where to go, like on the bottom, like a little glow. I like that.
yeah, I mean, you can only hope that like as games, games that come out in the future, 2023 and beyond, like have different ways to keep you on path, on track. Because I remember playing Fable back in the day, and they had that little you can have the little magic spell you would get. They can get it to light the road for you and tell you which way
I
to
think
go.
that was the best one ever.
Yeah, that was
It was
so
subtle,
cool.
But
And you
Ghost
had
of
to earn
Tsushima.
it. That's what I liked too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Ghost of Tsushima has the wind.
The wind.
The wind actually blows in the direction
Mhm.
you go.
That's cool.
Yeah, like you go like that on the top of the pad, and then the wind will blow and show you what direction you're supposed to go in. It's
And
pretty
that's
cool.
clever. And it's built into the experience of the game. To me, that's the best
Right.
way to do it.
That
So-
game was like that game got robbed too. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hella robbed. You know. Yeah.
that game
I
was
agree.
like something totally different. And that's what I feel like we gotta get out of that. Like something
Yeah.
where it's like a new IP. It's
Say
doing
that,
different
baby.
things. That should
Yeah.
always take precedence over a remake, over a number 2 of a game. You know what I mean? Like
Well, see, I
Celebrate new
disagree with the
shit.
sequel because I feel like some games should get sequels. Like
right,
you
but
know.
if you're a sequel up against a game that is brand new IP and is doing new things, I
Yeah.
feel like that gives it that
It
edge
should.
out.
That's right. Like, so hold on. Let me ask you because this is the nominee in the Game Awards. Because then you have like Elden Ring. It's kind of it's a new IP, but it's a continuation from the Souls games.
As correction, no, ma'am.
Yeah, it's not. It's a different story. It's not
It's
the
a
same
wholly
story.
different
But
story.
it's still a Souls like though. It's still
Yeah,
like
yes.
That's
but
what I mean. It's kind of like Dark Souls 3, but it's just different. Like it has.
It's not,
own-
but it's not like a remake or a remaster.
But
It
that's
is
what. But it's
technically original IP.
technically. But
Technically.
It just uses, how about this? It uses the Souls formula because that's the
That's
case.
it.
Yes, they do.
Fall in
Right.
order.
Yeah,
It's
I
also
don't
a
think it's
Souls-like
like,
game.
yeah. I don't consider
That's a
it a
good point.
Souls game. Yeah, it uses like you said the formula, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's what they call it. They call it Souls like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it has its own thing. So it's like when you go, like when you get to the checkpoint and it respawns all the enemies, and that's what they consider like Souls like game. I didn't mean for it to be like it's not like Dark Souls 4. That's not what I meant.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
okay.
has that same formula.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still got that, you die, you lose your shit.
Right, gotta
You know
go
what
get
I'm
it.
saying? That's it. You gotta
gotta
go
go
get
earn
it,
your
yeah.
stuff. Gotta get it back. You
Yes,
know that
yeah.
chase. You know, I think they nailed that, making you want to go get your stuff, especially if you had something great, and then you gotta try to battle back to get it. I think Elden Ring did it the best to me. Like, cause but prior to Elden Ring, like I was not big on those type of games. Period.
Mm-hmm.
I hated them.
Same.
You know, so.
I can't wait till you guys go back so we can go.
Finish. Yeah. I don't
'Cause,
see
you
when that's
guys-
happening, but all right.
Ooh, y'all go.
go.
Delilah, I think you guys are so close. You guys on the top part of the map,
We kind of teetering
like
right
on
there.
the floating thing, right? The floating
yeah, right there.
level.
Yeah.
You guys are really close. You guys got like 3 bosses, and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. More original IP should be more recognized
Yeah.
than, and it should, and honestly get more hype because
Yeah, and more
Because it's like
marketing
you really
dollars.
accomplished something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's
Especially
right.
today's
Like-
age.
Well, speaking of Callisto Protocol, this is that team's first game, right?
Mhm.
So I mean, that's if you look at the way that game looked graphically and the things they're trying to do in that game, like that's a huge milestone.
Yep.
This is their first title, and they have that much production value. I think it's a good look. The review scores, like I said, a lot of people were docking points because of the like how linear it is, and some of the technical issues. But I'm like, man, they can patch that.
so they expect that to be an open world.
No,
And-
I guess maybe it was just not enough content for people. Because think about it, everybody been playing these open world games. You coming
Yeah,
off,
but
think about if you coming off God of War and then you hit something like this.
I completely understand that, Delilah. But the reason why people enjoy this game is because it reminds themselves of Dead Space, a current, next installment, the next generation, whatever you want to call.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Dead Space was very linear. It was A and B, and you had safe stations in between. So I'm not saying you, but the people that complained about it being too linear, I mean, I call cap because all you did was fix shit, do not die, and talk to a few folks and go
To the next thing. Yeah.
to the next thing. Yeah.
Feel you. So next week we get not next week, excuse me, January. This is the next topic. We Monster Hunter Rise. Y'all know we played Monster Hunter World back in the day. It would always take forever for us to connect to each other and play.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm down to play. I'm down. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So it's hitting Game Pass January. Monster
Game
Hunter
Pass
Rise.
for the win.
That's right. This is one I've been screaming about because like I would always get frustrated when I see Nintendo constantly, the team constantly updating Monster Hunter, all the Monster Hunters, the mobiles, the ones on the other platforms, but wouldn't update Monster Hunter World. So this is great. Finally going to get like some new content. Go ahead.
Well, I heard there's supposed to be another game, right? Is that what you?
Well, no, Monster Hunter Rise. Monster Hunter Rise is already out on like other platforms. It's now coming to like
Switch already.
Yeah, it's already out on Switch. It's already So it's coming to other platforms. Basically, it's coming out on Xbox. It's coming to Game Pass. It's going to PlayStation. They're making a broader.
And see,
okay, because I saw something from Windows Central that said that a new Monster Hunter game is coming and that it was gonna come to Xbox.
Well, yeah, they're constantly updating Rise. Like they're constantly updating Rise. So it's now the Monster Hunter Rise franchise will be new to Xbox. I didn't get a chance to dig deep on the Windows Central article. So I don't know if this is like a precursor to a newer game, like something.
Oh no, it is Monster Hunter Rise is coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's coming to Game Pass, so that's the biggest thing. And I don't know if it's coming to any other digital platforms. As far as like the PlayStation Plus or whatever it's called these days. I don't know if it's coming there, but I know that was one of the biggest things that it was coming to Xbox.
I have my only concern, because I'm gonna play this, I'm gonna try it out at least, is that since Switch was the main console, how's that online looking?
How the graphics looking? How those frames looking? Like all of it. All of it. Yeah.
Is it co-op? Online co-op?
Yeah, it's a multiplayer game. You can play. You can play it. Like you can, but Switch has its own special.
Yeah.
It has its own things when it comes to online gameplay and.
So because remember that was our main issue with the original, because it was like hard to, you had to like enter at the same time and like do it, had to like press that. I mean, one time we had a countdown to see if we all can do it at the same time.
Yo, that was hilarious.
Yeah. So like, have they improved that since then? Because Rise came out afterwards.
If you think about when we play, what is it, Mario Kart, and how we still like voice chat, we still have to use like something else, right? Like
this looks like Monster Hunter World. This looks exactly like Monster Hunter World.
Oh, it does.
They say they're supposed to be supporting 4K 60 FPS on the Xbox.
Okay.
Oh, child. Okay.
Supporting 3D audio.
So they put in the work. So we'll see.
Like I said, some Game Pass, and like we wasted it.
Yo, man, it should be it should be game night for us, and we can try it out.
Yeah.
I ain't messing with y'all. We've been talking about game night like all fucking year. It's December.
Right now it's difficult because you got holidays, people traveling and stuff like that. There's a lot of excuses.
You see her face?
Yeah, she don't believe you at all.
I know. I'm trying. Okay. Anyway.
And plus, it's gaming. Everybody's playing different games.
But I know that Monster Hunter World was like a game that we all had fun playing.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Outside of not getting in, I think we had fun playing that game.
Yeah,
we had our little cats and shit. We had our little cats. Yeah.
Our different rooms and stuff. Like, upgraded my space.
I miss my little dog, my little cat.
I know. I used to send my cat on adventures and stuff.
That was the best part. You come back and your cat's got stuff for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yo. Monster Hunter World was nice.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I'm thinking Rise. It does a lot of those same things, and that one's more updated than World was. So.
Okay, well, I cross my fingers.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, y'all. Yeah. So the Game Awards, right?
What about?
We talked a little bit about this last time. I can't say last week because we weren't here, but last time. And so the biggest thing I want to kind of mention is that we will be watching the show live. We do a roast every year on this, and we will be having a special guest to join us for the Game Awards. What should I call it? Watch party or something? I don't know.
Roast. A roast.
Yeah.
We roasted
because we
roasted. We watching it just to watch it, and we roast everything. And the reason why we roast it is because sometimes, 90% of the times, they really hella bias. I think for me, I started to notice in 2017. But yeah, they bias with the nominations. They bias, especially.
Well,
it's just.
Could it
It's
be
some-
just
it's some
the
sus.
perception though? Like, you know.
Sus a little bit.
Again, I'm still upset about Fallen Order. I'm still upset about that game. It's been what, 3 years?
Yeah.
I'm upset about Ghost of Tsushima not getting Game of the Year over what
Fallen
the
Order
fuck?
didn't even get nominated, if I remember correctly.
The Last of Us 2, my ass. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
But we haven't roast. Do we know the guest that we're gonna have yet?
Yeah. Well, I got Gingy's mom, but that's all I got. That's all we got. So
Okay.
it's just, she's a supporter. She has been in our podcast a couple of times, and she real cool people. So it's gonna be
It should
fun.
be fun. It should be a good time. So definitely check us out. We will be live.
Are we gonna be drinking?
What
Yes,
you think,
ma'am.
Girl, what do you think?
As soon as I go home, as soon as I get home from work, I'm gonna sit down, take a shot, and then I'm gonna turn on my computer.
All right. So what are y'all expectations though? Like, do you what
None.
y'all? What,
None.
oh darn.
You know what? Bump that.
Okay.
I'm here for the trailers. What announcements are we gonna be ready for?
World premiere. I don't have my sound. I don't have my sound. I don't have
World
my
premiere.
World premiere exclusive. Like I want to see some.
Oh wait, ranging forward to my oh boy shoe game. We here for the shoes.
Oh Lord.
Right.
Okay. They're gonna put some
The
stuff
New
on
Balances.
it. Oh damn. Them Kojima 22s. I'm telling you.
You mean them knee pads?
Oh girl, I didn't say it. Okay.
Hey.
I expect that Elden Ring wins Game of the Year. Period.
Oh,
Oof.
you're gonna be so
I
disappointed.
think, I think you're gonna be upset.
Yeah, you.
I
yeah.
am gonna be upset
Come on, man.
because
God
my
of
heart
War already got a
says-
shoe in. He got two
my
shoes in.
heart says Elden Ring, but my brain says God of War.
But my body.
Look, lady. We mentioned earlier in the show that God of War is the media darling. Like, to me, it's got 2 feet in. Like it was picked before it even got nominated, boss.
I don't
Like,
think it's fair, and that's why we roast the fucking show, because there've been plenty of games that deserved to get Game of the Year and did not get Game of the Year because there was the media darling. So yes, I would love to. Yeah, I want to see it. That's world premieres. I hope the Elden Ring DLC has a trailer. I do want to see that. I hopefully see a little bit of some Starfield in there, because we're like technically a couple of months away from the release. So
well,
I'm
they
ready.
haven't announced a date though, so
I thought it was like early
Well-
2023.
well,
I thought it was March.
I don't know. They haven't. I know it hasn't had. They haven't after they said the 11/11/22. Like they haven't announced anything after that.
I'm
You know,
sorry.
after
It must have been a different game, because I thought Starfield was coming out.
Well, they said
that
from
first quarter.
it was from the like they said the next 12 months from E3. So, I mean, we don't know. Like I said, I just know they don't have an official date. Like they don't have an official date. I just know that it said, like, when they did the E3 announcement and said it was being delayed. They showed the title and it was like, this is what we're showing for the next 12 months. So they did show that game. So from that point to June, then
Yeah, they ain't got no
hopefully.
date. They ain't got no date. I don't know. They ain't got it. I looked it up. I'm sorry. I just had to make sure. Yeah, they ain't got it. I want to see some Starfield.
Yeah, me too. I want to see some Starfield so bad. Oh my goodness. Oh, that and Redfall. Like Redfall, at first I wasn't even hype on Redfall, but now after seeing more of it, like I can't wait to play.
And
that
like a
game.
ton of games that we haven't seen, like from like Ubisoft and those folks who just like let games like drop off. Like they had big announcements.
Good and Evil, like where that's at?
Yeah, right. Like where is that? You know? So
Did they come in?
and even for Xbox. So what's the one that
Don't
we
say
haven't seen in a long
Don't
time?
say that. Oh my god.
What's the one with the girl, the Norse chick,
The Norse chick to my Hellblade.
Hellblade? Like we haven't seen that. Like
Right, I
let's
want to
see
see
that.
that too. I can't. It's so
Yeah.
many. It's so that's what made me excited, because it's like the future is bright. Like it's like, you know, they working. Anybody sitting on their hands, they working. You know what I mean? So it's like I can't wait to see. I want to see stuff that we don't even know about. Like that's what I want to see. Like
That part. Like, show me something that's gonna make me spend my money.
that's right. We
There
got
you
money.
go.
We want to give it to you. So
Yes.
Show us what you got.
show us. That's
Okay,
right.
so what I don't like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Best esports game. No. I'm sorry. Best esports athlete, best esports team, best esports coach. They gotta have more diversity on some real shit.
But see, I don't think that's not the Game Awards per se, but that's the teams themselves. Those teams are hella pale.
I said that's why I said what I said. Diversity.
Yeah, I agree. It's up to the teams. I mean, regardless of nomination, like that, you know, okay. And also too, like somebody pointed out to me, like as far as the first class, you know how they started doing this first class and stuff. It's like
they do first class already.
The people have been able to submit their, you know, I guess information or nominate people and stuff. But yeah, I mean, even with that, I think you know, it's needed all around. Diversity is needed all around, even in that, you know. So it's like with these, not only with you got the esports teams, you need. I mean, because we all play, so you know, it's wild.
We should be highlighting like not just the diversity in the people that makes the games, but the people that also play the games.
That's right.
Invest their time in the games, and I ain't seen it. I did not see it at all with those categories for years. And I'm like, come on,
you know what's so interesting? Maybe it's just me not being in the know. Every time that category comes up, I don't know anybody on there. Like, maybe it's just me. Maybe you know, it's past my age range. Maybe it's, you know, and it's sad to say, even with some of the other like internal stuff, like it's like, how did that happen? I don't even know these people. Like, where they come from? Like, I'm very in the know when it comes to the gaming industry. You know, I pay attention, and then when I see these names, I'm like, okay, who? Like, you know, if you're not like a popular streamer, and like, you know, it's just. And you find out later that they have thousands upon thousands of people that watch them and promote them, and that's how they got nominated, and so on and so forth. But it's like, man, you know, maybe it's on me. Maybe it's a me problem. Maybe I have to be more diligent about like who's making a name out there for themselves instead of staying within my personal bubble, right? And because this is like going on what, the third year now. I saw the list of nominees and I'm like, I only know maybe 2 of these people, like, and I just feel old. So
all right, I think it's not about feeling old. It's about just knowing that people work hard just as much as them, and they should have an opportunity. I'm not saying they should win. I'm not saying that you automatically give it because of diversity. I just want them to have an opportunity to be nominated for the work that they do, because people be busting their ass too. But yeah, it's a certain kind of male dominated field, Monica, but I ain't gonna go. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, it's interesting, and it's funny because I feel like we have this conversation every year around
every year.
Time.
Yeah,
every year, you know.
Every year.
It's funny, the video just popped up on my phone I think the other day from like the first one. I went to the first one, so
yeah, I was thinking about going this year, but I was like, man, you know, I just you know, after traveling, you know, see families, like I can't justify the cost to
girl, I couldn't justify the cost, and I stayed an hour away.
See, now if I stayed that close, I would have went, because it's an hour away. I would have just been like,
I mean, if I was out there still, I would have went.
Yo, I wouldn't give Jeff Keighley none of my money. What the fuck? It's in a YouTube theater. It's in a YouTube theater. Now,
I thought it was in a Microsoft theater. It's not in the Microsoft.
No, ma'am. YouTube theater.
So they moved it?
Oh, wow.
They moved it. Yeah.
Because it used to be at the Microsoft theater.
I thought it was still there. Interesting.
I didn't know they had a YouTube theater. Damn. So E3 might be, if it's in that same area, then we might see a new building over there.
Interesting.
Yes. So.
All right, y'all. So look, we coming up on tidbits. So you know what that means. That means get your questions ready. If you have any questions to ask us, put in all caps question and then type your question after that, so we can easily find it in the chat. But we're gonna jump into tidbits. I'll go first because I want to kind of get this out here, and also it's kind of like a way to ask you all the question. I think I already mentioned the Todd Howard interview with Lex Friedman. That's my tidbit. Go check it out. It's it's a long interview, but it's very insightful, and Todd Howard drops a lot of gems in that interview, so definitely check it out. And that's on Lex Friedman's channel on YouTube. You should be able to just Google Todd Howard interview. It'd be probably the first one that come up, to be honest with you. But check that out.
We all seen the question.
I see it.
I saw it.
That's all right, because y'all ain't done shit. So
okay, first of all, I'm mad at Shakira's for trying to dig on that question, but you know what? We're gonna keep it moving. The other tidbit I have, because it's still technically tidbits, you weren't supposed to read the question, y'all.
Look, I saw all their faces. They like.
But
That's how you do it politely.
Yeah.
The other tidbit I think
can
I
see
glossed
y'all
over this, talking about The Witcher, was the remake, The Witcher 1 remake, which I'm tired of remasters and remakes, but anyway, The Witcher 1 remake is going to be open world. They're completely, I think they're because I don't think the Witcher 1 was, originally designed that way. So I think they're gonna put like a Witcher 3 spin on it. And so yeah, I think that's it. That's it for me as far as tidbits. And check out Wednesday. That show is awesome.
I was gonna say Wednesday was good.
Yeah, I haven't finished it yet, but yeah,
We did.
Cool. Oh, nice, cool. All right,
The kiddo and I, we like just consumed it.
Yeah.
And then it's on Disney Plus, right?
Netflix.
Netflix.
On
Ooh,
Netflix.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put my question in.
I had a
and then...
tidbit.
All right, go ahead. Your tidbits, y'all. Lady, you next then.
I forgot.
Okay.
I was thinking about it and I was looking at something and I forgot. Damn. I wanna talk about, I do have a tidbit. It's not a tidbit, it's a rant. Y'all reselling sneaker motherfuckers get on my nerves because I have the small feet. I shouldn't have a problem finding some pandas, okay?
The one time her little foot ass can't find some shoes, she got a big ass problem.
I got a big ass problem. And then y'all overselling. How you gonna mark up the Bread 11 $50 more?
This is life for us with regular size feet all the
Like how she said
time,
regular
every
size
week.
feet.
Yo, you hilarious. She like, I don't like this.
I don't like this. She's like, don't worry, you can just get it for like 108. Fine, but then I gotta be like, I got the money, I got the time, let's do it.
You automatically get a discount. Don't even do that. You automatically get a discount. You complain over nothing, child. Next week you're gonna be getting the next shoe.
It's first world problem. That's what you tell me.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Damn. It ain't easy to have. It
It's
ain't
like
easy
some
to have no
extra
feet.
privilege complaining right now.
Oh damn.
this one day they sitting there listening to you complain like she ain't got shit to complain about.
I know, right?
First world problem indeed, for real.
6.5 wide is a sought out size. Okay, so
It's a
not
what? For a
sought
child?
Definitely for a kid.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, so most of the shoes that I want at my size be sold out. So I have problems too.
No.
That was my tidbit. I mean, / rant. Sorry. That was my rant.
Yeah. Any more tidbits? Go ahead, Charisse. What you got?
I ain't got nothing this week. I've been on my downtime. I just been reading to decompress, and so, hey, books are life, people. That's my tidbit. Read, just find you. It don't have to be anything informative. It don't have to be. You don't have to learn. Sometimes you just read it for pleasure. And people seem to think that if it's not learning something, you're not reading, it's not constructive. No, if it is 3 words in a sentence and it's got 3 other sentences together, you don't read something. You good. I don't care what you're reading, as long as you're reading. So that's my tidbit. Read you some books, people.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
Yeah. All right, Boogie, what about you? You got any tidbits for us?
No, I don't. I think we've already talked about stuff I would talk about Wednesday. I think there's a new Star Wars show coming. If you haven't seen Andor, I think it's still on Hulu for another couple of days to December 7th. So if you don't have Disney Plus, but you have Hulu, you'll be able to look at it there.
Have you? I haven't watched the season finale yet because.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Okay,
I'm behind.
I think I'm 2 episodes behind.
I think so too. Me too.
Um,
Because I keep getting caught up with other stuff. Because like you really got to pay attention in Andor, and sometimes I just want stuff to be on. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So do we got any questions then?
I do.
All right.
CHAREECE 2725. Thank you for the questions. Question: is there going to be a chip vet for Callisto Protocol? Technically, right as of right now, we do not have one, but we're going to prepare. We're working on it. LBOOGIE should be ready. So we gotta just have to get the terms.
They ain't working on shit.
You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know what's in my brain. You don't want me thinking about. Because I didn't write it down.
Man, last week
question,
Delilah's come
the last
talking about
question.
that shit, and I'm like, well, y'all ain't got shit together.
Well, listen.
and
The last question I asked you, you never really answered. I said, "What's your value? What did you want to earn?"
I did answer it. I
She
said,
said go belly. She said
Yes.
she wanted to go belly.
Okay.
right. So I definitely answered the question.
So, but the game,
y'all was
has
slacking.
Well, see, because now I'm now that I've gotten I did the review and I looked at the game and stuff like that. I'm trying to make sure it matched the value. I don't want another scoring. To be real, I don't want another scoring situation.
I don't think you're gonna have that from what I saw from the game because I also checked it out.
Yeah.
There's definitely times where you're in a dark ass room and shit jumps out at you.
Okay. We're gonna set it up. We'll set it up.
and I'm not commenting on this because I'm trying to get
next.
them
Don't
to
even do
ignore
that.
me.
Right now she won't be quiet.
No.
That's all right. We gonna get her good with the last one. I got a game for CHAREECE.
Right.
I have a game for her.
She's gonna be coming right up on some new horror games coming up next quarter.
Is, for sure.
So,
yeah. No one's
Dead
immune.
Space,
No
Dead
one's
Space
immune.
remake.
Oh, yo, no. You know what? I think I'm sick.
No.
Yeah, you see now. She like, I can't. No habla English.
You know what I'm saying? Police from set. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I can't do it.
It's in the works.
Yeah,
it's in the works.
you next. I don't know. Like I said, no one's immune. You are next.
All right. Range G4, head of security at GWG, has a question. Are you going to see the ladies use the app lady used on Twitter? You talking about the Lensa app, the AR app?
I already did
project.
it.
Wait, what?
I just didn't
You
post
wanna
the
see it?
pictures.
He said he want to see him. That's what he said. He want to see him.
All right, I'll post mine.
I'm gonna say I enjoyed the app, and there's people that I know that did not enjoy people using that app. I'm gonna say just because I like something doesn't mean I'm gonna discredit what you do. I will try to be encouraging about your artwork and your platforms and stuff like that. But don't be trashing me because I want to see what the AI thinks of me in my photos. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I got 50 photos for $3.99, and I think maybe 15 out that 50 is me, of what the AI thinks I look like. Because there's some in there that does not look like me at all.
Yeah.
And there's some that looks exactly like me, like 90% like me. So yes, I'm gonna use it. Yeah, I'm fit to. If I needed to promote my things, I will promote my things. I will slap it there. So, but don't knock everybody. Don't knock people happiness or fun. No, not happiness, fun.
Yeah.
Because it was not like trashing anybody. It wasn't discrediting anybody's artist work. But y'all not gonna bully me and say, "Oh, lady, you wrong for using AIs and shit." I'm fucking grown. I got it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about that. CHAREECE, did you get one? You had one, right? Android.
I've done the app too. Well, you started CHAREECE. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh no, the one that I did, they only do one at a time. So I don't really like it. And it always freezes up. So I might find another one and post it.
Yeah, I did the one that you did, lady, and like you're right. Some of them didn't look like me, but some of them did, and some of them came out great. So I may post them, but I don't know. I feel like all of them are starting to look the same, and I'm a non-conformist. So when I see a lot of people doing something, I'm like, don't want to do it.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna find the out of the 50. I'm gonna find one or maybe four and make it like 1, 2, 3, 4 and make a canvas out of it, or get the best one out of the whole 50 and get a canvas artwork of it, because I like it. I think it's interesting how the AI depicts my photos. And see things that I didn't see, you know what I mean? And I like art, and I'm like a baby artwork buff. So I want, if my eyes like it, I'm a do something with it, Cedric, shout out to the North Side.
Jesus. Still doing that shit.
Right.
I think we've been doing that shit for years.
Man.
What movies in 2023 are you looking forward to? Yo, I don't even...
for me, it's
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, for me, it's definitely Indiana Jones. I saw the trailer for that. The Transformers movie looks dope. The new Transformers movie about the Beasts or whatever. I forgot the subtitle. And also the new Guardians of the Galaxy looks good too. So those are my three for like right now at least.
Yeah.
I think Ironheart. No. I think that's something else. Never mind. But those are my three.
I know what I'm not interested in is Avatar. If that comes out this
I know, I feel like I'm like the same. It's just like
I'm seeing that.
It's been too long.
I'm gonna see it, but it like I don't know. I feel like it's just like whatever.
I recently saw the previous one when I was with family this past week. I can't wait for now that I've like got fresh on my mind and I've seen the first one. Like I can't wait for the next one. So I'm seeing that day one.
Okay, so yeah. I'm sorry, I was just checking this FedEx package with my birthday sneakers, and I want to make sure that they're on the way and not already delivered while I'm up here, because I would have got up out here so quick. Grown Women Gaming actually have a question. I love you, Grown Women Gaming. Did you pick up anything or catch any cool deals on Black Friday?
Nope.
Yes. I got a bed frame. I got a bed
Mm-hmm.
frame. I needed it, so I got it under $200. I think it was like $173, something different than what I have behind me. And I finally got some AirPods. They second generations, but I'm happy because my skull candies were sounding like the wire ones when the wires are short out. It was doing it with some Bluetooth, so I had to get a new one. I got a Kakashi, case that you put the AirPod case in there and it snaps and stuff. So that was like it. But I wanted a TV, but them TV prices was not popping.
Well, they better than what they were though. I'm telling you, they're way better than what they were. That was one of my pickups. We was able to secure our TV. I talked about it a little bit earlier with it was the I think it's the 75 Q60. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. I mean, the streaming and stuff is definitely works well. We have a decent connection here, so the latency wasn't all that bad. I did notice a couple things. I think when I was playing Halo, I had a couple issues, but it ironed itself out. And after that, I didn't have any problems. Also got this bomb jacket that I'm rocking right now, which is the Xbox bomber jacket. That's it.
That jacket's kind of nice.
That's it. That's like the only pickups I got for. Oh, and also got this because Boogie been helping me with my coffee. And so I got a new tamper, which is this little, it's super heavy, Boogie. I didn't know this thing was this heavy. It's a weight. This is like, this thing is
knock really, somebody fuck out.
Yes. And so I got a new tamper for my espresso machine. But yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. GSN Mad Mike Sports. Welcome to Grown Woman Gaming. Yeah, I see you in the chat. Is there anything people constantly assume you know when it comes to gaming?
Yes, all the time. All the time.
Assume we know or assume we don't.
We don't know. It's always assume we don't know. The one, they assume we don't play AAA hardcore games, or only play mobile, or just the cliche stuff. Assume you don't know anime. Assume you don't know. It's always something like that, which I think is completely unfair. And I think it's also in some instances still negatively stigmatized in communities. So that plays a part of it. Plays a part in it. Excuse me, but Yeah, I still get some of that stuff, which is unfortunate because you would think that by now people be more accustomed to it. Like, don't nobody complain about people when they binge watch, Housewives all day. Don't nobody complain about that. But let me play a game for 3 hours. It's a problem.
Yeah,
right? Like, come on.
I agree with you, Delilah. I completely agree. Younger me was on the reality show, but then I think it was either a Love and Hip Hop or Basketball Wives. They were just crying off some dumb shit, and I was like, I can't anymore. And as an adult, I see why. But you have grown adults be like giving you play-by-play of these reality shows, but they want to judge, me
right.
playing my Call of Duty.
The negative perception. Yeah, it's crazy. What about you all, Charisse and Boogie? I mean, do y'all still get that sometimes? Like people making assumptions about like your gaming habit?
Oh yeah, like I don't tell most people
that part. I just stopped telling. Like, oh, they're and they ask me what I do for fun. I said, oh, I read. Like that's my first thing. That is literally the first thing I say. And then when I actually get to know them, then I tell them that I play games, that I'm a gamer, and then I do all this stuff right here.
Because as a girl, they just put so many assumptions on you. Like they assume that you're automatically like lazy. You don't go out. Like I go everywhere. I go more places than most people that don't play video games. Constantly going to museums, like out, places. So I don't know. They act like if you play video games, you're like dumb somehow.
You're like, you don't go outside, you don't be broke, you stay at your mama's house, you don't pay no bills.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't mean your life ain't worth meaning nothing because you playing video games. And I'm like, bro, I'm probably more responsible than you. Okay.
This is an expensive hobby, people.
It is.
Okay.
I'm playing this. My goodness, say that.
And I'm telling you, I had expensive habits in my 38 years of living here. Video games is the number one expensive habit. It is more expensive than my second favorite habit. Okay? And that lets you know that when you're a gamer, it's not just one console, one game. It's subscription service. It's controllers. It's cords. It's internet connection. You know what I mean? Yeah. That takes time, love, and dedication. Bless you. That's okay. Dedication to the thing. You know what I mean? All right, let me see what other questions we got. Sir X-Man, I ain't seen you in a minute, but I know I see you. I do see you. I be lurking in the podcasts, and I be seeing you in the podcast. So you really out here, really supporting people's work, and I appreciate that. What IP would you love to see in the video game awards? Splinter Cell or Beyond Good and Evil 2? It depends. Is Splinter Cell gonna be the next installment or a remaster? That's the question.
It's supposed to be a remaster.
I don't know.
Your whole face fell.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my answer.
You know what? In today's age, I don't think they know what to do with Splinter Cell. That's why we haven't seen one yet.
I'm sad about that because I always like Splinter Cell more than Metal Gear. I always have. And so for that game to just kind of hit it like a brick wall and just kind of stopped, like as a fan, like it's like, come on, man, Sam Fisher, like, come on, where he at though?
Popping up in other folks' games.
Right.
That's what pisses me off. They tease him and everything else, but yet won't actually bring him out.
Because he sure was on mobile and he sure was on Rainbow Six Siege.
His goggles and stuff had popped up in like 3 Assassin's Creed games.
Sorry, but don't get me started on Beyond Good and Evil 2. I've been waiting for that game since it was announced. Before it was announced, like, come on, they tripping. Come on, Ubisoft is, man. Y'all need to get it together, fam. Get it together. All right. Or leave it alone.
All right. Ray G4, best potato chip. Okay, potato chip. Salt vinegar
Zapp's Voodoo.
Zapp's
Voodoo.
These right here.
Yes, ma'am. Look at you. Yes, ma'am.
Them right there.
Yo, I got them.
They all right.
Potato chip, salt vinegar glaze. Salt vinegar glaze.
Salt vinegar glaze are bomb. Yes. Salt vinegar glaze. That's my favorite chip.
Okay. All right. I don't think I'm gonna take a scroll down. I want to shout out everybody in the Patreon while I'm looking for the questions. I think we do not have any more. Let me double check so I don't miss any.
You got what? I think, did you get the one with the
Sir X-Man?
Yeah.
Do you think Callisto Protocol will have a sequel after this? Yes.
I think so too.
Because there's a void in the gaming space for sci-fi linear thrillers, survival horror. You know,
there's a hole.
That's
right
why, based on that alone. Go ahead, Delilah. I'm sorry.
If you think about it though, remember when they had the I want to say it was either the last Game Awards or E3, and they showed like 4 different space survival games, and this was one of them. They showed a lot, like
GTFO that time.
No. But you're right. Nobody talk about that one. There's another game too. I can't think of it right now, but they showed like at least 3 or 4. We talked about it on the game. It was either the Game Awards or one of these you know,
we did a live
stream, right?
For it. Which one was it?
I remember Boogie distinctively saying like all these games look the same. You know?
I remember that. What show was that? Oh my god!
I don't know, but
I would say the video game awards.
One of the showcases, I thought.
Was it a showcase in the summer or was the video game in the winter?
It was in the summer.
Oh, that's probably one of them shows. One of them digital shows.
Yeah. I can't remember what it was for though, but
yeah, to answer that question, I would. I don't think I have any more questions. I just want to double check one more time. All right, I think we're good. Shout out to the Patreons. I know I was late with the winner. November's winner is Double D. He needs to hit up GWG. Congratulations, by the way. You get a gift card of your choice. You also get a piece of our merch. Hit us up on our GWG Twitter, not my Twitter, not LBOOGIE's Twitter,
right.
Not our Discord.
Don't DM
none
me
of
directly.
that. Don't DM me directly. Go to the GWG Twitter to claim your prize. And shout outs to everybody in the Patreon. Y'all some real ones. Your consistent support, I really appreciate it. And I think we all appreciate it as well. And everybody in the chat, we appreciate you coming every week. Even when we had a little Thanksgiving break and come back and y'all still here,
right,
patting it up, we really appreciate that from you guys. I guess that's it, Delilah. I don't got no more.
That's it.
I don't got no more questions.
All right. Since there's no more questions, we'll go ahead and roll into outros. I'm gonna go ahead and reverse the order. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Boogie first. Go ahead and tell people where they can find you and whatnot.
All right, LBOOGIE0208. Thanks for joining us. I hope y'all have a good weekend. Make sure y'all are nice to somebody around you, somebody in the community. Yeah, still wash your hands. I mean, if nothing else, right? And yeah, I'll see y'all next week. You can find me on Twitter.
Cool. CHAREECE.
All right, everybody. It's your girl CHAREECE here. Like Boogie said, y'all be nice to somebody. You don't know what they're going through.
That's right.
Everybody's life is different. So, if you don't know what to say, don't say nothing else at all. But yeah, just tell them they got cute shoes. Everybody got cute shoes. But yes, y'all, I forgot what I was gonna say. But yes, be nice this weekend. Go out and tell somebody you love them. Be nice when you're out in the store because it's the people are shopping and they can get rude. Just remember, Amazon exists. But yeah, have a good weekend.
Don't be directing people to Amazon.
Messing up my 2-day free delivery. Come on, girl. I'm just playing.
Hey, that's all I got out here in the boonies.
Okay.
Man, you kind of triggered me a little bit when you said compliment people's shoes. I got a story to tell y'all about that. That kind of backfired on me once. But anyway, all right. Go ahead, lady with the outro.
Thank you so much for checking me out. We'll probably stream either tonight or tomorrow. It's gonna be this vampire game
Vampire Survivors.
I'm doing that this weekend. I just want to. You can check me out here. You can check me out on my personal YouTube channel. You can check me out at my side piece, aka Bagatarius season. So shout out to all the Sagittarius in the building. Woo woo! And just thank you. Oh, check out the merch. Go to the merch store if you want to, send a gift to somebody in the holiday season. We got a sale going on, so you can go to the merch store. We got some things, a little bit of everything for everyone. And also go check out the Patreon. We're gonna try to be more active. Messages, more content coming through, and Thank you so much for joining us.
Yep. And just like the lady said, thank you all for being here. We appreciate y'all, and thank y'all for supporting us. We know who you guys are. We appreciate all the positive messages and for keeping us entertained throughout the show. We thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we'll see y'all on the next one. Have a